common question I receive as a criminal defense attorney is, what am I required to do when I'm pulled over and stopped for a possible DUI? Now, obviously, when a police officer asks for your identification, your license, and your registration, you are required by law to give those to police. Now, the next thing is, generally in a DUI investigation, police will want to ask you, have you had anything to drink tonight? Now, understand that if you answer yes to that question, no matter what happens in the next 20, 30 minutes after that, you will be going to jail for a DUI. Now, that might make you think that you should say instead, no, I was not drinking. But it's also a crime to lie to police. So instead, when you are pulled over for a DUI, if police ask you, have you been drinking this evening, you simply should invoke your Fifth Amendment right, meaning that you have a right to remain silent. By invoking your right, you cannot get in trouble, you cannot implicate yourself, and you also cannot admit to the violation. Now, after that, police will also try to request that you perform what's called FSTs, or Field Sobriety Tests. Now, those are not mandatory. You are not required to participate in Field Sobriety Tests. And in addition to that, Field Sobriety Tests are generally built for you to lose. They are not built for you to succeed. So therefore, almost any person that completes any of those tests, even sober, would likely fail. Now, after the FSTs, police will ask you if you will blow into a breathalyzer, or known as a PAS, preliminary alcohol screening device, that they have. Now, at this point, if you are not under arrest, you are not required to answer yes and complete a breath test at this point. This is, again, a voluntary action. Now, it becomes tricky if you have been arrested. Once police have determined that you are under arrest, meaning that you are being handcuffed and taken to the police station, then you are required to take a chemical test, which could be a blood or breath test. So the difference here is whether you are under arrest or not. If you are not under arrest, you do not need to participate in a PAS test. If you are under arrest, you do. The reason you have to complete a chemical test after arrest is failing to do so can require a year-long license suspension and an inability to ever obtain a temporary license. In addition to this, when you're asked to complete a chemical test, you do not have a right to speak to an attorney before completing the test. This is a common misconception. You have to complete the chemical test if you are under arrest. Remember, the difference here is whether you have been arrested or you have not been arrested. I've handled thousands of DUI cases, and I can help you in your case as well. Call the Inland Empire Criminal Defense today.